What if I told you your deepest fear isn't failure? It's succeeding at all the things that don't truly matter. Look, you've built the empire, you've earned respect, you've secured the future. But late at night, when the house is quiet, your mind won't stop racing. There's a question that haunts every high-achieving man like you. Is this all there is? Because despite everything you've accomplished, you're lying there asking, I provide for my family, but do they even feel connected to me? Maybe my wife barely looks at me the way she used to. When did we become roommates? What's the point of all this success if I feel like a failure in my own home? If I disappear tomorrow, would my kids actually miss me or just my paycheck? Look, you can close 6- and 7-figure deals, but you can't have a real conversation with your wife without it turning into an argument. You work day and night so your family can have everything, but you feel like a stranger in your own home. Maybe you sit in traffic thinking, how did I get here? I used to have passion, excitement. Now it's just meetings, deadlines, and obligations. Another Sunday morning passes, and you realize you didn't spend any real time with your family. You see other dads at brunch laughing with their kids, and you wonder, why don't I have that? You tell yourself you're doing all this for your family, but deep down you know they don't feel that. You've become the guy who pays for everything, but do your kids even know who you really are? Here's the brutal truth. If nothing changes, you'll continue chasing external rewards, money, promotions, material possessions, without ever experiencing true fulfillment. You'll watch your relationships deteriorate as you drift further from the people who matter most. This stress will take its toll on your health, your career performance, your mental well-being. You'll face the long-term consequences of chronic disconnection, broken personal relationships, declining health, and the crushing regret of missing what matters most. One day, you'll wake up at 60 and realize you were successful at everything except things that actually matter. But gentlemen, here's the good news. It doesn't have to be this way. Let me tell you about Chris, a successful executive who came to me 2 years ago drowning in severe anxiety. Chris had everything on paper: corner office, 6-figure salary, beautiful family. But he was grasping and grappling with significant personal challenges that destroyed his self-esteem. He tried everything to combat the anxiety and disconnection, but nothing worked. When Chris first sat in my office, he was at a complete loss. He felt like he was failing at the only things that truly mattered: his relationships, his role as a father, his connection to himself. But I'm happy to say, through our work together, Chris embarked on a journey of self-discovery he'd never experienced before. We didn't just put band-aids on the symptoms, we rebuilt his foundation from the ground up. Chris learned to find comfort and security within himself. He developed the tools to rebuild his self-esteem and inner strength. And most importantly, he discovered how to view situations from different perspectives, breaking free from old, destructive patterns. I'm happy to report today, Chris arrives home at 5:30, not at 9 p.m. to an empty living room. He feels satisfied with what he has accomplished at work, knowing he won't be logging in to check emails in the evening. Instead, he's genuinely excited to see his wife and kids, and they light up when they see him too. In fact, his wife recently told him, "I'm thankful for all you do for us, but more importantly, I'm thankful for who you are." Chris now has deep personal satisfaction and confidence knowing his life is properly ordered. His relationships and activities align with his values. He knows he's successful not just at work, but with his family, his friendships, and his faith. He's flooded with peace and gratitude every day. Now, I don't want you to think this is a one-off. Let's look at Matt, a high achiever who struggled with self-esteem and couldn't figure out how to have happy and healthy relationships. Matt was caught in a cycle where he'd either completely avoid vulnerability or swing to the other extreme, overwhelming people with his neediness. He came to me feeling like he had to choose between being successful or being loved, like he couldn't have both. His relationships kept falling apart because he didn't know how to show up authentically without losing himself. Through our work, Matt discovered that his self-worth had become fragmented across his achievements, others' approval, and external validation. We worked on integrating these scattered pieces and rooting his identity into something unshakable. Now, Matt learned what it means to love himself well, not selfishly, but as a steward of the gifts God has given him. From this foundation, he could finally overflow genuine love into his relationships. Today, Matt is engaged to a beautiful and incredible woman who sees and loves the real him. He's built genuine friendship for the first time in years, and he knows how to be present without losing himself, and successful without sacrificing connection. This transformation is possible because of my Fully Alive program, specifically designed and tailored for high-achieving men who refuse to settle for external success without inner fulfillment. Here's what makes the difference from Fully Alive and all the other personal development programs. First off, we start with soul calibration, establishing the divine order that sets you free. When your priorities are misaligned, life collapses into chaos, and you become enslaved to comparison and trapped in pride or despair. Next, we discover your Soulprint, the core values God uniquely wove into your being. If ignored, these are the part of you that atrophies. We build your identity based around these and your deepest memories and align you in your entire life around them. Then we uncover your guiding star, your dynamic purpose that pulls you forward with magnetic energy. Unlike goals you chase, your star gives you that unshakable why that makes any how bearable. We help you reclaim the fragments of your soul that you've scattered across achievements, validation, and status. Every time you place your worth in something external, you hide a piece of yourself where it doesn't belong. We then rewrite the mental filters that keep you trapped, your experiences and stories from a lens through which you see everything. When distorted, your prism can become a prison. We help you see this through gospel truth. You'll also learn how to engineer your identity through action and not wait for feelings to lead. We flip the script from mood-driven living to action-driven transformation. We teach you to harness not just willpower, which drains quickly, but why power and do power. When your why is strong enough, motivation becomes renewable. Most importantly, we help you orchestrate all 12 dimensions of your symphony of your soul. Your purpose, relationships, health, career, legacy, and more. Flourishing requires harmony, not perfection. Now let me get this straight. I only work with men who are driven, externally successful, and willing to invest in true transformation, and ready to take responsibility for their internal fulfillment. I absolutely reject clients who want quick fixes or blame external factors without looking inward. Here's what you need to understand. You're running out of time to fix this before it's too late. Every day you wait is another day of distance between you and people you love most. Let's be honest. Your kids are growing up. Your marriage is either getting stronger or weaker. There is no neutral. The question isn't whether you'll address these problems eventually. The question is, will you address them while there's still time to matter? If you're ready to stop living a successful stranger in your own life, if you're ready to transform from restless and disconnected to purpose-driven and deeply fulfilled, if you want to become the leader your family needs and the man you know you're meant to be, then click the link below to learn more about Fully Alive. This isn't just another program. This is your path back to the life you actually want to live. The life where success and fulfillment aren't competing against each other. They're working together. Click the link now. Your family is waiting for the real you to come home.